gonna be... Oh!
Africa!
Oh, my!
Dixon in the driver's seat. Ingram behind him down the back straightaway. A little bit of juking out there. It's like a football field.
Yeah, taking some IndyCar lines down the back straightaway. Ingram really closes up on the back bumper of the 15. He's all over it as we go through 3 and 4. He's there on the bottom. He's to the inside. Coming to the checker flag. Oh, the big comes in. All 3 of them. Around 5 and 1.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the United States Online Racing League Red Bull Cup Series here from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork. Alongside me tonight, it's Mr. Tommy Bordeaux. Welcome once again to the booth, Tommy.
Hey, Joe. Good to be here. Good to be back. I can hear some music playing. It's Cars Engines to the tune of the greatest blues hits here in Nashville tonight.
And there are a lot of drivers that really do not want to be singing the blues after tonight. It's a chilly night here in Nashville compared to especially last week in that scorcher at New Hampshire. 63 degrees. We got a slight wind of 3 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. It's going to make things interesting.
It is going to be really interesting, Joe. These conditions, like you said, wildly different than they were last week, and that's going to play a factor in how these cars handle. I was racing the lights race on Monday with the same weather here, and I'll tell you what, Joe, this is going to be a really, really challenging race for all these drivers.
And Nashville Fairgrounds is already a really challenging track, and now we're adding the pressure, Tommy. We're going to look at our points standings here. There's your Cup Series points on the screen right now. You see all the drivers locked in with wins, but right now, as it stands, 3 drivers are looking to make it in on points.
Yeah, and it's going to be a very close points battle between them if we get one more new winner. Could shake things up a little bit because those guys like Garrett Sidnor and Cal Lovell who don't have wins, who knows if they have an issue in one of these races and we get a new winner within these past 2 races until the cutoff. That could really affect how the rest of their season plays out.
Yeah, if you're Ray Tustin, Sean Whitehill, Mikey Murata, and Antonio Ruiz, you're sitting outside. Yeah, you're on the graphic to make it into that 12, but you need a win either tonight at Nashville or to throw a Hail Mary next week at Michigan.
Yeah, you're exactly what Cal Lovell and Garrett Sidnor don't want to see. Zach Krastowski as well. Those guys below the cut line, pretty much at this point, Joe, the gap is so large, they're going to need to win. And tonight at Nashville is going to be an interesting opportunity. Track position's so critical here, so they do have a great chance to maybe take 2 tires or no tires on a pit stop and gain some of that position and possibly steal a win at the end of the thing, like Noah Joyce did at the lights race on Monday. Conversely, this track may be one of those where the fastest guys are going to be up front just all night long. Nobody can get around them. So we really don't know what we're going to see yet, Joe. It should be quite the mixed bag here tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, because you obviously have the first-hand experience on this track from the Monday Night Lights race. You talked about Noah taking that chance on the tires. Did you foresee that being a possibility? Because I know you were running up near the front. Do you think that is going to be a big play tonight, or do you think guys maybe you got a little more horsepower, maybe you have the setup a little bit looser, you're trying to push it, maybe they don't take that strategy call?
Well, Joe, I can tell you firsthand that these guys are going to do that strategy call, and I can tell you that because I did it. I was on tires that, granted, were extremely old, but my left sides, the last time I pitted with them must have been within the first 25% of the race. After that, I just only took 2 new right side tires. Didn't work out. I didn't win the race, but I was up towards the front. Almost got a good finish out of it. So I do definitely think we're going to see that happen.
And we'll flash those points up during the race. It's also the music race here tonight, Tommy. And right now we're watching Sean Whitehill in the Paramore car. Everybody loves some Paramore.
Yeah, there was a special anniversary, I believe, with one of their album releases that coincided with Tonight Show. I think that's especially why he was running this car. I'll have to check into that Sean Whitehill crew and see what exactly that is. But nonetheless, quite the interesting car. A different look than we usually see those basic kind of paint schemes out of the 2 camp tonight. Busy and all over the place, just like the album cover.
Hey, you'd think the team owner up here in the booth, he'd know, but he doesn't. You know, he'd know what the... I don't know. Whatever. We're going to take you through all the different cars tonight. There's the shoe machine of Davey Hazard. Here's one of the guys that's been has put together a lot of really strong runs late in the regular season. It's Zach Krastowski in this #1 big-time rush Chevy Camaro.
You know, he really has, Joe, and you make a great point. He's put together a lot of runs later in the season that have allowed him to get himself into that chase picture, that playoff picture. Of course, he is in the danger zone where if a new winner were to win, he's going to have to battle with Garrett Sidnor for that last spot. So we'll have to see how it plays out for him. But right now, I mean, to be almost even in points with a guy who was in the Final Four last year for the championship, a great season so far for that one machine.
And here's one of those guys on the outside looking in, the 11 of Antonio Ruiz. I do not know what music or what artist he has on his car, but it's a sharp-looking one tonight.
A lot of sharp rides, Joe. I'll tell you what. Paramore originated in Franklin, Tennessee. Here's the special thing. Franklin, Tennessee is the home of Paramore, where they started their band 14 years ago in 2007. Not to mention, Joe, the first ever JTN broadcast was a music race. It was at Richmond in Virginia, but a little bit of a throwback of our own tied into this race event tonight.
That was a crazy race too. We had a lot going on during that race.
Yeah.
Because that was a playoff race last season. And, oh boy, those races, they're going to get crazy in a couple weeks here, folks, when we start those playoffs. Third weekend of April, rather, because we'll take a week off after Michigan, let everyone get their stuff all tuned up, and also, you know, League of Painters so they can paint their cars for the playoffs. But here's a guy that's been running pretty strong as of late since the manufacturer change with Ingram Peterson Autosports. Darren Ingram in the DoorDash 23 car. This 23 has been good. Was struggled a little bit last week, but he's got the win on the year, so he's in the playoffs. If you're a guy like Darren, who's always willing to make a strategy call, you got to think tonight is going to be one of those nights where this 23, they're really going to look to capitalize on making a two-tire gamble late in the race, maybe staying out if you're good on fuel. They're going to want to try to get another win to give themselves more playoff points.
Yeah, Joe, as far as strategy is concerned, this is the kind of racetrack that's right in that 23 car's wheelhouse. But one thing for sure that this 23 car has suffered from all year long is a lack of consistency. It seems like he's either towards the front of the pack, finishing top 5, or retiring early out of the race. So we'll have to see how this 23 car progresses through the night. Don't make no mistake, Joe. This is a tough track, not just to pass at, but just to race in general. And talking to the guys down there, it's really difficult to get a solid handle on the car that's consistent throughout the entire tire run, and with how fast tires do wear here. It presents a lot of challenges, especially for a guy who's looking for that consistency in the 23 of Darren Ingram.
And folks, let this be the example that the NASCAR Cup Series can go back to the Nashville Fairgrounds, because look at it. Looks absolutely stunning here on a Saturday night with these Cup Series cars here in the United States Online Racing League. Again, it's going to be a 200-lap race. It will be a doozy. It's going to be a classic Saturday night short track battle here from the Fairgrounds. No noise complaints either, Tommy. We haven't gotten any noise complaints yet, so that's always good.
Not so far, and I think we'll be okay for the rest of the night, Joe, but we probably better hightail it out of here once this race is finished.
These people that, you know, move by racetracks, for some reason they don't like it when the racetracks are racing, even though they're racetracks.
Yeah, that's a point of contention in a lot of short tracks around the United States. Why? I couldn't tell you, Joe. It baffles me.
If you lived by a racetrack and you moved by a racetrack, would you ever complain about the noise from the racetrack?
No, same thing with an airport, Joe. I mean, I'm by an airport, but I don't complain about it. So, hey, you know.
Looks like we're getting ready to go. We didn't even go through the starting lineup, so we'll go through it really quick here on the grid. But there are so many storylines coming into tonight. We wanted to make sure we filled you in on all those. And no Tommy's World tonight, because it was our good buddy Joseph Weaver's birthday yesterday, so let him take the week off prepping that TWB Airlines machine.
Yeah, he did a good job. But yeah, Joe, going through your starting lineup here, here's what we got. On the pole for this race, no surprise that he's starting up front. A quick time in qualifying. It's the 15 of Jeff Dixon, followed by Cal Laval on the outside row in that 12 car. Garrett Sidnor qualifies third for this race. And to his outside, Ray Tustin, fantastic qual run for that 18 machine. He makes up row number 2. Row number 3 has Noah Joyce in the 3 car. He was the winner of the lights race on Monday here. And Trey Coleman to his outside starts 6th. Back to row 4 now. Davey Hazard in the 75. Cam Barnes in the 7. Darren Ingram and Antonio Ruiz ran out the top 10 for your starting lineup. There was the call to fire up these engines. And then Sean Whitehill in that 2 car rattles off 11th with John Peterson to his outside. DJ Harris, William Page make up row number 7.
And Austin Spencer.
Yeah,
shotgun on the field.
You bet.
Here we go. Pace cars off. Quick start to this one. Into the restart zone we go. Green flag here from Nashville.
Well, all right, Joe. Here they go. What's that phrase? People say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're off racing, man. There's a lot of cars out here for this Music City race.
Hey, Jeff Dixon.
Traffic's going to get congested, I think, at some point with lap traffic, too. Watch out for that, as Jeff Dixon's going to finish this first lap where he started, in first place.
Yeah, right now battle is on for 5th. Trey Coleman the outside of Noah Joyce. This 8 car starting to get rolling here. Davey Hazard now to the inside of Cam Barnes. That's for the 7th position. See if Darren Ingram goes with him here on the bottom. You want to be right around that bottom when you're side by side, but I've noticed, Tommy, that guys, when they're running single file, they kind of drift up a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of want to diamond the corner here when you are running single file. It's just going to allow you to carry the most momentum off and get the best exit, especially that you can. The side by side, of course, no room to do that. These guys very close together. That top line, Joe, not really going to be a thing here tonight, so look for that bottom line to really prevail when these cars are side by side.
Do you think it could work maybe as the tires start to go away, maybe give you a better run off the corner down the straightaways?
I would doubt it, Joe. I mean, I definitely didn't feel like it was any advantage late in the run. If anything, it was a disadvantage. So I don't think you're going to see that. But these restarts provide, at least the first couple laps, a little bit of an opportunity if you start on the outside line.
Well, don't look now. To the lead, it goes Garrett Sidner. Started on 3rd, now up to the front here at Nashville. Made a very impressive pass on that 15 Skittles machine of Jeff Dixon, who we know is always fast.
He is, but look at that 16 car, Joe. Remember, it was the music race
Oh,
last
big
year. Oh, it gets
loose.
a little loose that time. I was going to say it was the music race last year at Richmond, that USORL debut on JTN that Garrett Sidner led so many laps, but didn't come away with the victory. Instead, it was Steve Merslake on his road to the championship title.
There goes the 15, getting a little warpy. Ray Tustin to the inside of his teammate. Sidner for 3rd, so move that 18 Marshmallow Three Musketeers machine up into that 3rd position. They're coming up on lap traffic. That's Zach Krastowski. Started on pit road tonight.
Maybe not the worst move, considering what might occur in this racetrack, but thus far, through 7 laps, pretty clean and green here, Joe. But just look at what happened to Garrett Sidner now. Down there in 5th, after he was in the lead just a couple corners ago. That's kind of what happens here. You make a wrong move, your car steps out on you a little bit, you lose spots quickly there, Joe. It's like a freight train going by on the inside line when you get stuck on the outside.
See these cars just rattling through these corners right now. Field's still doing a really good job staying single file, giving each other room. No major battles right now on the track. Everyone just kind of feeling things out right now.
Yeah, I think a couple of these guys probably, if they're smart, Joe, that's a big if, they've got to be able to save their tires too, because later in the run, that's really going to matter so long as we get a long green flag run. That being said, and I think, if we see that, tire savings are actually going to matter. They really are. But of course, they're going to have to balance that too with track position and trying to pass people.
I see a lot of folks in chat tonight wanting to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed here to JTN, the JoeTowNetwork, to stay up to date with all of our content. Hit that little bell icon. You'll get notified anytime we go live. Next live broadcast will be Monday night with the TMP Cup Series from Texas. Back to the lead. It's battle's starting to heat up as Dixon is having trouble trying to get around teammate Zach Krastowski.
Yeah, a little bit surprised that Zach isn't just letting him go by. They are teammates, like you said, Joe. I think he will here now that he's to the outside, but no, not quite. It wasn't that easy. Zach, on one hand, is just trying to stay in the lead lap, but on the other, that's a teammate.
That's a teammate, and we saw this past weekend at Atlanta. The teammate held up the other guy, so his teammate could make a pass, supposedly, and then let his teammate by, but Zach finally lets everybody go by. He's going to be stuck on that outside. He's probably going to go back a little ways here, but that one car has some good pace to it.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right now, but he's going to need to yell at some point here just to get back on the lead lap. Hopefully not before the cars go a lap down. We just mentioned Zach Krastowski, though, at the top of the show, how good of a season he's had thus far, but a race like this is not what he would need, especially this late in the going before the playoffs start.
And he's not really in any danger of missing the playoffs on points. He's more so, unless we get a new winner, right? If we get a new winner, and we talked about that, that's where he's going to start to sweat a little bit, because he and Garrett Sidner in that 16, only 1 point separates those two cars, and whoever is behind in points would be the one out based on having a new winner.
As of now, the closest new winner to the front, Joe, would be that 12 car, Cal Laval. Interesting that we haven't seen that 12 car in victory lane yet this season. He's always fast everywhere we go, just hasn't translated into a visit to victory lane. But tonight, Joe, could be his opportunity. He was fast on Monday, and that 12 car, not only fast on Monday, but fast in practice here tonight, as well as qualifying. He's the only car really hanging with Jeff Dixon, who currently leads.
They have that Ryan Blaneyism with that 12 team. They're really fast. They're always up towards the front. Sometimes they struggle to close races. Big smoke on the back straightaway. It looks like the 42, John Peterson around. Heavy contact there with that car. He's parked there. It looks like he's going to get it back going.
Yeah, same thing with the 8 of Trey Coleman.
Oh, no! What happened with... Let's see what happened with Trey real quick, because I bet you it's the same thing that happened with John. Here's the replay. Car just gets loose off the corner. That's really weird, Tommy.
Yeah, you know, the geometry of this track, Joe, kind of unique here. The way that the outside line kind of falls away like a flat shelf, and we have our first caution of the night.
And I believe it's for the spin of the 8 and the 42 being stopped probably on the back straightaway.
Yeah, Joe, I can see it now. That 42 just not able to get going into a gap, and
officials being very kind to him there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, that was kind of the earlier caution that one car of Zach Krastowski needed. Unfortunately for him, he had already fallen 2 laps down, but he'll get at least one of those laps back here.
Everybody coming to pit road this time by.
No surprises there. I don't know, though, Joe. It would surprise me if we saw 2-tire pit stops this early in the going of a 200-lap race, but don't count it out, though, Joe.
I mean, like I talked about, if you're Darren Ingram, I think that 23 is a good candidate to maybe take 2 here. Although it looks like he's putting 4 on, so scrap that. Like you said, everyone taking 4. I should just listen to you. You're the expert.
Supposedly.
Well,
at least at this racetrack, definitely having that advantage of racing lights, I think, is going to pay off for some of these drivers, just to know what those tires are going to do. So that's going to be your Jeff Dixon, your Cal Lovell. But that guy in 3rd place, he didn't race the lights race on Monday, Davey Hazard, but he's found himself into the top 3 here early after a great pit stop by that PTR crew.
Yeah, the Davey Hazard had an off week last weekend. That 75 just never caught their stride. It's almost like a teammate came in and took the better equipment out of that PTR shop to try to win a race or something.
Maybe, but I don't know, Joe. We like to keep things pretty equal in the PTR stable. But man, yeah, it was a great race last week. We can get into that in a little bit. But man, that was a lot of fun out there, I must say.
It was a good race, and again, congratulations on that win last week. Well deserved, of course.
Thank you.
Darren writes in on the radio, you know I wanted to take 2, but too much tire wear. LMAO. Lamau.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Come on, Darren. Make it fun. If you can still hear us.
I don't think we're going to go the whole race without seeing him take 2 at least once, though. I promise you that.
He's going to take a chance.
These guys will be choosing this time here, Joe, as we get to the front straightaway. The choose cone is right after the start and finish line here at Nashville.
get you the best. I believe this will be our best camera angle, so we'll make sure to get it for you. Dixon going to take the bottom. Everybody taking the bottom. Ooh, Noah Joyce really close to that square. It was hard to tell from our angle, but Austin Spencer runs it over. Sean Whitehill runs it over. Guys trying to go to the back here for this restart, but we'll line up like this. Jeff Dixon, Cal Laval, row 1. Row 2, Davey Hazard, Noah Joyce. Ray Tustin, Cam Barnes, row 3. Row 4, the 23 of Darren Ingram, and the 66 of DJ Harris. Then rounding out your top 10, big loser so far in this race. Got stuck on the outside line. Garrett Sidner in the 11 car of Antonio Ruiz. And that's your top 10 here for this restart as we get ready to enter the Miteco restart zone. And away we go. Green flag back out here at Nashville.
Well, Joe, you may have seen a little bit of it on the start from that 15 of Jeff Dixon, but wheel spin is going to be a factor on these restarts, especially if we get guys only taking 2 tires or perhaps staying out on older tires. That's going to be a factor that'll play into these restarts at the end. I don't think it'll spin anybody out, but it could hamper a line, especially with how popular that bottom line is. If someone up front doesn't get going, it can move a lot of guys back.
And Cal Laval able to hold off Davey Hazard from that outside line. Noah Joyce trying to do the same thing there with Ray Tustin. He makes the pass. That 3 car looking pretty strong, and oh, a little bit of contact there. And the 18 car is going to go around. Get it back, spin it back around here really quick. Can't go too far backwards.
We stay green for now.
Back up front.
He gets the ship right into that marshmallow of 3 Musketeers, number 18.
I wonder what a marshmallow and a 3 Musketeers would taste like.
You know, I'm honestly kind of surprised that's something they haven't done already.
They've had to have, right?
I think.
I mean, I know there's these like Easter candies that look like bunnies that have marshmallow in them and they're covered in chocolate. But I don't think I've ever had something with like the nougat, because you know, 3 Musketeers nougat, top of the line, wonderful. You know.
I think that could be a winner.
I mean,
could be.
Get in contact, Mars.
It's probably already a thing. It's just goes by a different name. In any case, another cane front is Jeff Dixon in the Skittles car. Led the whole way thus far, minus a lap that Garrett Sidner managed to sneak by and lead. Speaking of Sidner, he's up to 7th now, trying to claw his way back up towards the front where he started.
Is that music on the 16 cars or just another anime?
It is music. It is music, I promise you that.
Alright. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not hip like the kids, you know?
I'll tell you what, Joe, here's a music joke.
Alright.
What's a fish's favorite instrument?
I don't know, Tommy. What's a fish's favorite instrument?
The bass. Really, that would work better on a popsicle stick because you can see bass spelled out and it looks like bass. We don't have, I don't think we have speech to text.
No, we don't.
Captioning on these quite yet.
I believe someone could, though. You should be able to turn it on the YouTube, like Google Auto. Yeah, we'll go back and check it, right?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what, up front, as Ray Tustin gets lapped by Jeff Dixon this time, Cal Lovell stayed really, really close to the back bumper of that 15 car. Not many other drivers have been able to do that at this race thus far. Davey Hazard kind of in the mix. But besides that, everyone's over a second behind Jeff Dixon, who is setting a good pace right now. Gotta worry about those tires a little bit, though, Joe.
Yeah, what can you do behind the wheel of the race car? I mean, obviously you can go slower, but I don't think that's really an option.
No, it's just being gentle on the throttle and the steering inputs, really. Just not pushing the car too deep into the corner, you know, letting off a little bit earlier, letting things kind of roll and groove, trying not to fight the car in or out of the corner.
Hey, to interrupt you, Tommy, we're 3 wide going into turn 3. And Barnes had a big moment coming off of 2. A little bit of contact there between the 16 and 23. But what you were saying, trying to minimize the spin on the wheels, right?
Yeah, just, not trying to go around like that 16 of Sidnor.
And he looped it. He's back going straight. And we're still green. These top three have now broken away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's really going to help him.
Oh,
But the
right,
swap on the
Tustin
front stretch.
around.
Tustin facing the wrong way again on this green flag run.
That 18 car, it seemed like they had such a good race vehicle.
Gotta wonder if they spent a lot of time on that qual setup, go to race, and it just didn't have a lot of stability in it. Sometimes that can happen where, boy, you set up a car real loose for one fast lap, but over a long run, it struggles.
Doesn't look like too much damage on that 18 machine. Oh, and
Oh, and the
Sidner,
16 around again.
he's back around. Well, I
Those
think
are two games 1, 2, 3 racing cars, and that 18 is in the wall. Looks like Tustin is going to the garage early.
My goodness, and the 13 of Austin Spencer has big time damage on the hood. You see it crinkled up there like a water bottle in a landfill. Recycle.
A lot of action. A lot of action. We've only had one yellow so far. 40 laps into this race. We've still got a long way to go. 160 left this time by. But a lot of action already on these banks of Nashville Fairgrounds.
Closed captioning isn't available for this stream.
Yeah, I hovered over the stream. Didn't look like it was. I don't know. Do they have closed captioning for live streams usually?
They might not. I know they have it, like, if you do the Google Meets, you can get... So, I don't know. That's
I
frustrating.
wouldn't blame them. I know Twitch kind of does for some things, I think.
Yeah,
Or maybe
probably
it's
if you're
plugin.
partnered, you know,
Right, well.
naturally.
Back up front, Jeff Dixon still running fast lap times. You know, he ran a faster lap time that time by than I saw him running a couple laps ago on fresher tires. So that 15 car definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with tonight. Yet that 12 of Cal able to just hang with him. And nobody else seems to be able to do quite that. Maybe has closer than the rest of the field, but just doesn't quite have that pace.
That 15 is really loose off the corners right now when he gets back on the throttle. You see that back end really kick out. The 12 looks like he's really settled. We know Dixon is a guy that he's always really quick in qualifying, but then sometimes struggles to finish these races. Are you worried if you're seeing that 20 laps in on tires?
Well, definitely, Joe. I mean, that 15 car, you know he sets his cars up really loose. You've seen his teammates struggle with a loose race car sometimes. Often they share setup notes and everything like that. But, yeah, with how many races Jeff Dixon has failed to finish this season, definitely that long-run pace or stability is under question. Though right now, the 15 looking pretty solid, I must say, at least these past couple laps here.
Well, it never fails that once you say something, they figure it out, you know?
That's right. Well, of course. and I will say, as a track note here for Nashville, these cars tighten up horrendously throughout a run, and it's going to be definitely advantageous to have a car that stays looser longer on exit, but not too loose because you might go the wrong way with an adjustment and just make it undrivable on old tires. I was a victim of that on Monday. Back up front for Jeff Dixon here, lap time staying really consistent, about 19.5 seconds per lap, and the way he's taking them off.
Oh, contact in front!
Oh, contact!
I thought about splitting the middle!
Ruiz goes high. Spencer now goes high. A little bit of a sketchy moment for these leaders.
That 13 has not had a good season. It seems like their luck just continues to run out on the air.
No, and that 13 car too spun right in front of the leaders on Monday as well. That'll be frustrating for him. You know, he still finished well. Surprisingly, Joe, he finished second in this race on a late strategy call. So that 13 can get good finishes. Does have a light spin on the season at Knoxville on the dirt there. But at least in the Cup Series, things have just not gone his way thus far this season.
Well, speaking of dirt, Tommy, you had a very... or no, maybe it was Davey. It might have been you too. But you were both very adamant about the rainout today at Bristol. About don't judge this based on one rainout. it's the same with any, online racing league. Don't judge the league by one race. But tonight, I mean, if you're going to judge the USORL by one race, this would be the one, because they are doing a fantastic job here at a short track.
Yeah, so far super, super clean, and we're already a quarter of the way through this thing. Feels like the race just started. Great job for all these drivers to keep it green up here, and a close battle up front. One thing I gotta mention, Joe, and this is breaking news right here, Davey Hazard looks like he had to come down pit road or something. He lost connection with the transponder, fell out of the server. He's going to have to come back in, but he's going to be a lap down. Huge, huge news for that 75 car who would be chasing his 8th win on the season tonight.
Yeah, well, if you're Davey Hazard, I mean, you want to win races, and that's all you're out here for right now, but obviously not in the position like Cal here in the 12 is, or a Garrett Sidner or Zach Krastowski, where if there's a new winner that's behind them in points, it gets a little tighter, gets a little scarier going into Michigan next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're cheering for Jeff Dixon to win here, Joe, because if Cal gets by him, that has huge implications for them. And when both cars, Garrett Sidnor and Zach Krastowski, haven't had good nights, for both those drivers, it feels like it's going to be a missed opportunity that they really could have gained on their competitor tonight.
And that's what those are the races that really eat at you, right? When the guy that you're battling with and you're competing with in points has a bad night, and then you have something go wrong, and it just eats away at you. And then, if it was the opposite, where you have a bad night and your opponent all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and gets a win, and you finish 12th, you just up and quit.
I'm reading between the lines on that one, Joe, and I don't know how I feel about it. But I will say this. Being locked in full season championships, those races are pretty much every single time out on the racetrack. Once you get about sometimes even a third of the way through the season, maybe a halfway, you can kind of identify who your championship contenders are going to be, and then it's game on from there on out. And it can be really, really stressful, but that's racing, and sometimes it produces historic, legendary battles. And man, I could speak for days on why NASCAR needs to go back to that system. But man, full season championships are fun. Although we do get a glimpse of that kind of points racing here with the playoff format going into at least this playoff season.
Well, and you get that too with NASCAR, right? I mean, you get that running up to the start of the playoffs in the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series. But it's very interesting here too, where you don't have 40 car fields every week, right? You have tighter, closer knit fields. You're racing a lot of times, guys. There's not as much parity at times, but then some weeks you got a guy up front that you've never heard us say on the broadcast. You never heard us say his name outside of reading it off the starting lineup. Tonight isn't one of those nights. But next week at Michigan could be. I mean, that's the ultimate wild card when it comes to this game, or to this series. I said game, but this is real life. This is real life. This is a sim. But next week is a big wild card. It's on the levels of a Daytona and Talladega with the way the sim works.
It really, really is, Joe. That Michigan track is fun. It's fast. Provides a lot of opportunity for these guys that are looking to win, to get in. I know Austin Spencer in that 13, like we mentioned, not the greatest season thus far, but he's really looking forward to that race. So possibly an opportunity there for a guy like that who's way out on points to win and get himself into that playoff picture. A lot of opportunity there. Tonight, still though, a lot of opportunity for Cal Lovell to punch his ticket. He's still hanging with Jeff Dixon, maybe faded just a tad bit, but I'm telling you, they're miles ahead of the rest of the field at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, these two have kind of put the exclamation point on the early portion of this race. They're miles ahead right now, these other guys. What? I believe it's the 23 right now in third, Darren Ingram. What can you do if you're back there right now?
Well, I think right now, I mean, it's just a matter of saving tires. And really, the most important thing, Joe, I think, is to just keep your head about you. You've got a 3 1/4 second gap. You're not going to make it all up in one lap. The best thing you can do is just stay grounded, make up what you can. Don't push the car too much, because you start pushing more, that's when you start making more mistakes, wearing the tires out more, and all of a sudden you go from gaining a little bit of time to each lap to losing a lot of time every lap, and you certainly don't want to go backwards when you're trying to chase down the two fastest cars on track.
Noah Joyce to the inside of William Page for the 4th position. Do you know the music on either of these cars?
Well, okay, let's see here.
I believe Will's car.
Trying to get a better look here.
Camera angles at the short track. Again, the Homeowners Association didn't like us bringing all our big equipment for the super speedways out, so we don't have as many cameras as we normally would.
So that's Hannah Montana.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah.
I didn't want to be wrong.
No, certainly not. Hannah Montana on the 49. Long Lost is the album by Lord Hero. Available May 21st. That's being advertised on Noah Joyce's car.
Oh, Joyce really loose off that corner. That's going to allow Page to get back to the inside.
I'm hearing something out of that 3-car, Joe. It sounds like he's shifting down in the turns. Very interesting strategy. I think it's going to be kind of common later in the going, but surprised to hear it so early. These guys are already trying to rely on that. Might have just been a corner that he was doing that in, but I wouldn't be too surprised if guys late in the race, late in the tire run, maybe go to that, try and get a little bit better of a run off the turn.
Well, Tommy, by shifting, you get the best of both worlds, you know?
That is a Hannah Montana reference, ain't it?
It is.
I'm impressed that they were able to sneak that one in there.
Obviously not. I didn't sneak it in there good enough. But, it was good. That was like a U level little.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, don't look now. We're talking about Darren Ingram cutting down that gap. He's cut it down a little bit under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
While Cal Lovell peels down the pit road.
I was going to say, don't look now. That 12 car is coming to pit road. That was
the
about...
first leader to make a pit stop. That was about a 50-lap run, I think.
I think we went back green 24. So, yeah, about 50 laps.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah. So Cal going to come get tires, see if that maybe gives him a little bit of an advantage over Dixon. Trey Coleman around down the back straightaway off of turn 2. He gets it back rolling. It's like Jeff Dixon's still out. We'll keep an eye on him to see when he decides to come bring it to pit road.
A couple laps ago, Joe, I noticed Austin Spencer also come down pit road by himself. He was running in the top 10, though, when he came down, so that 13 car, a little bit of a different strategy. Right now, though, promising night so far, as long as you can keep those 4 El Grippo tires underneath him.
Thought they were Goodyear tires.
Shh.
Okay. As long as we're being honest. Hey, Tommy, I got a question for you.
Joe. Sure thing.
When you get your diecast, where do you get your diecast from?
Well, it's got to be Plan B Sales / Circle B diecast. And hey, Joe, is there a promo code I can use for free shipping?
Of course, on your order of $20 or more, make sure you use the coupon code JTN at checkout. You'll receive free shipping on your order of $20 or more to the United States. That's free shipping. Hey, you want a 124 scale diecast? If you're like me, you're getting the race version of whoever wins the Bristol Dirt Race tomorrow in the Cup Series, and whoever wins the Bristol Truck Race, because that diecast is going to look so unique and so fantastic. You'll be able to pre-order it on CircleBDiecast.com this week of whoever wins the race. When you do, you make sure you use that code JTN at checkout. You'll get free shipping on your order as Garrett Sidner's around. Contact with Antonio Ruiz and Noah Joyce. This might just be a caution.
Could be. We're looking, waiting for the officials. Green so far. And there it is. Yellow flag is out here at Nashville. Only the second yellow tonight, almost halfway through. Comes out on lap number 80.
Well, you know who didn't want to see that?
That 12 car, Cal Lovell.
I mean,
not what he needed.
He'll stay out here, but he's lost all his track position, and he'll be on older tires.
That is going to be tough to come back from. TUFF tough. Of course, there's a long way to go, but you don't want to get behind on strategy. especially at a racetrack like this.
Let's get you a replay here of the incident. Working lap, I forget what lap we're on. The 16 of Garrett Sidner going around through the center of turns 1 and 2. Car just kicks out on him. That whole rear spoiler absolutely bent out of shape. Makes contact with the 11 and the 3, and that's what brings out the caution here. Working lap number 78 when the caution came out now on 81.
Man, it has not been a good night for Garrett Sidner, Joe. I mean, this is a guy that usually we see run very consistently in the top 10, top 5. Tonight, it just doesn't look like he has a good handle on that race car.
What can he do different to get a better handle on it?
Well, you're limited in the amount of adjustments you can do on pit road. I mean, one option, of course, is just to pull that thing into the garage and go 30 laps down and try to fix something. But that 16 car, I don't know, man. They've got a lot of work to do. They could play with the wedge, the track bar, real tape even, just to try and make it handle better. Davey Hazard leads them off of pit road. He had a fantastic pit stop. We'll have to double check and see if that was 2 or 4 tires. Jeff Dixon sliding backwards though. Darren Ingram going to get around him off pit road.
Not a great pit stop for that 15 Skittles Sweet Heat machine. As Hazard speeding on pit road.
Oh, and that's a bummer for Hazard because he did do the 2-tire pit stop. Was able to get to the lead with it, but with that pit road speeding penalty, that's going to put him back to the end of the longest line.
The feeling he's going to be lobbying, or he's probably going to come back to pit road here next time around real quick, try to get 4 fresh tires, or at least get the 2 on the left. So that way he's got 4 freshies for the restart.
Yeah, you would think so. That's definitely what I would do at that point.
You're going to need them.
Absolutely.
My, oh my, if you want to help support us here at JTN, we talked about using code JTN at CircleBdiecast.com, but you can also check out the JTN merch store, linked in the description below. Right now we got our throwback merch. That's what we're promoting here on the broadcast. Go check it out with the throwback JTN logo from the USORL broadcast from Atlanta, 1997. We got hoodies, t-shirts, and stickers, all available now on the JTN merch store. We have a wide variety of merch. Tommy's World t-shirts. We got Bristol Producer t-shirts. We got the classic JTN logo, which you see in your bottom right-hand corner of your screen. A bunch of different race car t-shirts and more, all on the JTN merch store. Some of the best merch you can get. It's soft. It feels great, Tommy. It fits great. And, I mean, you can wear it anywhere. It's formal night. If you need something to wear for a formal night, you can wear it. I don't know. What else? You can wear it anywhere. Getting ready to go back on this restart. Jeff Dixon, Darren Ingram, row 1. William Page, Cam Barnes, row 2. Noah Joyce, Davey Hazard, row 3. Zach Krastowski, Antonio Ruiz, Cal Laval, DJ Harris, Trey Coleman, Austin Spencer, and then Sean Whitehill and Garrett Sidner rounding out the rest of your field for this restart here on lap number 84 out of 200 laps here from the Nashville Fairgrounds. Into the Miteco restart zone we go, and green flag, a big jump for the 15 here.
Yeah, great restart for Jeff Dixon. A couple things contribute to that. Definitely, though, having that ability to call when the green comes out, when to go, helps him out big time. And not having Cal Lovell up there right beside him gives him some breathing room. Cal was really the only car able to keep up with Jeff on the beginning of runs of this race, and now that he's mired back there in 6th after that pit road strategy miscue, well, Jeff Dixon's got clean air.
Teammates battling for second. Darren Ingram to the inside of William Page. Looks like he's going to be able to grab the position there. He clears him off of turn 4. Move that 23 back up into second. Cam Barnes now to the inside of Page for third. This 49 car going back, getting stuck on the outside.
Joe, you mentioned that you would get the winner of the Bristol Dirt Race diecast. I'm hoping that's Kurt Busch, just for obviously reasons because I like Kurt Busch, but man, I really want a Kurt Busch diecast.
I have his Daytona 500 diecast, and they have like they did like the little sticker of the grass. Do you remember how he hit that And I mean, they watered that grass, because I remember we went to Daytona in 2017, after they parked the car, obviously, in Daytona, USA, and the grass was still green. It was still on the hood. They were upkeeping it. It was so cool. But those race win diecasts are always some of the best, and remember to head to CircleBdiecast.com to get those, because oh my goodness. And also, I know I had talked about it on a Fake Racers podcast. Go check that out too. We're plugging everything right now. Eric Jones's Tide car for this weekend is going to have dirt tires on it, on the actual diecast, it sounds like. I wonder, yes, I wonder if a couple other one-off paint schemes will also be that way, but I don't remember how many there are. I know Kyle Larson's got a different Freightliner scheme this weekend. I don't know if Lionel's maybe going to go and do something special, some like dirt race versions, but it'll be really cool. And if whatever they offer, you can always get it at CircleBdiecast.com.
Well, all right, Joe, working lap 92 of 200. Darren Ingram made a charge at Jeff Dixon up front, but it looks like he might have used up all the good in his tires, because he's been sliding backwards for the last couple laps, and now Cam Barnes is on the tail of that 23 while Jeff Dixon scoots on ahead.
Wanted to update on an earlier storyline when we were talking about candy bars. Ray Tustin writes in that there is Easter edition Three Musketeers with marshmallow in it, so that is a thing.
That answers the question.
That was a big question I had too. Like, Cam Barnes to the inside though. Ford versus Chevy down into turn 1. See if Barnes can get it done in the 7 car. He wraps that apron. You can see the rear end kind of kick out on him, get a little loose. He's going to clear Darren going down into turn 3.
So put Cam Barnes up to second place. I'll tell you, we haven't seen him up front too much since his win at Anchorage. He was a force to be reckoned with there, that nobody could really stop him at that racetrack. But he's been pretty quiet since then, thus far in this season. But a nice run tonight, Joe.
Would assume he's going to be really good next week, too, at the Michigan International Speedway, which is a sister track to Anchorage.
Yeah, that's right. He should be. Expect a lot of these cars who were good at Anchorage to be good at Michigan. But I got to say, man, it's going to be so much fun to watch, because that racetrack promotes some great racing with the package that these USORL guys have, too. Man, they've got it figured out there. It's going to be an exciting one. You won't want to miss that here on the JoeTow Network.
And we got all kinds of upcoming racing here on JTN, presented by TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. This Monday, March the 29th, the TMP Cup Series finale from Texas. Coverage beginning at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Then we're back with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from Pocono, 9:05 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, April the 3rd. Next Saturday night, the USORL Cup Series heads to Michigan for the regular season finale. Coverage beginning at 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the following Monday, April 5th, the SRA National Championship finale night for the Indy cars. They're in the SRA from Michigan. So 2 Michigan races in a row for us. Coverage beginning at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time as well for that event. And then 5th race up on the docket upcoming, the BSR Cup Series at Martinsville, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, all live only on JTN.
Well, Joe, it's the Jeff Dixon show today at Nashville. He's pulling away now. Not really anybody challenging from behind. And as the Black Eyed Peas sang, meet me halfway. We are 100 laps into this race, 100 to go from the Nashville Fairgrounds.
The pace of this race has been astounding too, Tommy. I mean, we're not even an hour into this thing, and we're already halfway. That
really impressive.
We were worried. We were worried. Let's be honest with the folks at home.
Quite the departure from last week at New Hampshire, if you recall that race. Oh, but we got a yellow. just as we say that, we got a yellow, our 3rd of the night.
Oh no, and it's the 12 car.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get a replay. He's driving around backwards right now. Makes contact with the one of Zach Krastowski. Heavy contact with that inside wall. Might be okay. Then he decides to just keep it going backwards here down the back straightaway and through turns 3 and 4. Have to think USORL officials aren't going to be very happy with that, though.
Might not be. But they've been leaning on things in the past. Talk about a good night gone bad for Cal.
I mean, he can get back up there. Now he's going to be on equal tires as everyone up front, so that might help. But
maybe his arm was just itchy, Joe.
I mean, your arm gets itchy, right? Mine's itchy right now.
Off of pit road, Cam Barnes, with a good stop, he'll come out in front of William Page, but it's going to be Jeff Dixon who wins the race off pit road and retains his spot in the lead this time.
Tight battle there between the 3 and the 8 car for position coming off pit road. They're followed by Davey Hazard and Sean Whitehill. There's Cal getting off of the pit lane. Everyone's going to get reformed up. We'll probably, I'm assuming we're going to hit the choose cone this time by.
Yeah, looks like it, Joe.
Looks like we made it. We talked about it being a chilly night here. I actually got a haircut this week, Tommy, and boy, oh boy, it is cold up here in the booth.
Wrong night to get it, I suppose, because, yeah, it's a little cold in here. I've got my jacket on, and, boy, I'll tell you what.
I guess we weren't
Nashville Nights.
Nashville Nights. You ever been to Nashville?
Never been. I think I'd like to go. The unfortunate part is the Tennessee Titans play there.
Oh, and what are they?
Trash.
There's a pretty good Tommy meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a classic in the words of Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace, I know you're watching out there.
Shout out Ryan Pace.
Shout out Ryan Pace, big time. He made me feel good at our fantasy baseball draft tonight.
Yeah.
He said I have a good-looking team. Now, I appreciate the pleasantries, and I know he's just yanking my chain, but it feels good, though. Feels good.
Feels good. Baseball's back this week.
That's right.
April the 1st. April Fools.
April Fools, you got baseball.
Nobody wants to watch. April Fools. America's pastime. Should be racing. Should be racing. Everybody taking the bottom. My goodness.
Yeah, not surprised, but I'll tell you what, that leaves a big opportunity for a guy like Calival to make up some spots on the outside. You bet. Boy, that's what I wanted to see. Someone to take that risk, take that gamble. I'm not saying the outside line's a solution for everything, but in that scenario, Joe, he's struggling with track position. He just made some for himself right there. Carved it out of a nice wad of clay. Just put it on the counter. There it is.
I don't think you want clay on your windshield, though. That's bad.
Yeah, you got a good point. They postponed the truck race because of that. Hey,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Back to restart lap 106 when we take the green is Jeff Dixon in front with Cam Barnes to his outside. Green, green, green. Here we go. These guys back off and racing. William Page, oh, he was looking to the inside of Cam Barnes.
That was a big send. Cam Barnes now looking to the inside of Jeff Dixon coming down the back straightaway. Looked like he might have had it there for a second, not able to make the move. But don't look now, that 12 car back up to 4th.
There's a famous saying by Brazilian Formula One driver Eric Center, if gap car. Well, William Page was testing the waters on that one there. Didn't make the move, but he sure was looking.
Well, the big winner from that last caution is the guy that caused it, the 12 of Calival, back up into the 4th position, has 4 fresh tires. I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but
tell me how that works, though, Joe.
He did cause it.
Blue's pretty sus, that's all I know.
You can't... What? Among Us? Cam Barnes looking to the inside of Jeff Dixon.
Oh.
And he's going to be there. He's going to be there going down into turn 1.
Oh, man.
He crowds him. He crowded him. Oh, Cam is loose. He's loose.
F15 is going to get a good run on the high side, but it just might not be enough. That 7 car, if he can keep it off the apron and the exit of 4, he's going to take the lead. New leader, that 7 car, Cam Barnes. How about it?
That was
and there goes the 49 looking.
William Page just he should man. I would if I was at 49, I would have tried to dive it down into the corner. That 15 is so quick and just like
They touched.
What a send!
Cam Barnes took
Not
the
happy.
lead from Jeff Dixon.
Not happy.
Jeff Dixon took it right back. I'm sure Cam's got to be fuming behind that wheel.
There is steam coming out of that car, and it's not out of the cowl on the hood.
Well, this puts William Page up to 2nd place, and we know he's going to be aggressive looking for a way around Jeff Dixon, but, well, he's got some work to do. A couple tenths back. He gained quite a bit of them in that braking zone, however.
Well, now if you're Will or Callan, oh, the 13 of Austin Spencer around in front of the leaders. Gets it off track, but it looks like we're going to slow down and it's going to bring out a caution.
Wow. Well, what a energetic run that was, Joe. Just a couple laps of green there, but wow, these guys were putting on a show for us. How about that?
Here's what happened with the 13. Loose off the corner, spins it around. How heavy contact with the inside wall. Looks like he's going to get it back going because last time we saw him was down here in turn 3. It happens. And I guess those tires were really bald. No grip left.
Or the kind of tires that you'd see on a 1993 Ford Taurus in the winter. At that point.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm
check
not.
this out, though. Don't look now, but Davey Hazard's going to get the free pass. But you know what that means, Joe? It means he was a lap down. When is Davey Hazard ever a lap down?
Tonight.
Other than last week, of course.
Tonight at Nashville. You really had to rub that in his face, too, huh?
I had to, Joe. You know I had to.
All right, there's the big call. Darren Ingram, first off pit road. He takes 2.
You better believe it, baby. I think that's that's a perfect situation. He was up there in the top 5, but was going to have to get around a couple cars if he was going to make his way up to Jeff Dixon. How about just putting yourself right up there to begin with, off of pit road? I like that move from the 23. Still plenty of time left if it goes wrong. If it goes right, hey, you're the leader of this race.
And you like to have the lead, just in case anyone at home didn't know.
Absolutely.
You like the lead.
That's the place to be.
Folks, make sure you're using that chat to talk with us. We'd love to answer all your questions here on these JTN broadcasts, part of JTN Live. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to us here on JTN. We just went up and over 500 subscribers. Had a fantastic race. Looks like we're choosing, and I had no clue what was going on, but there you go. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, check out our Facebook and Twitter pages. Make sure you're following those, liking the Pit Facebook page, following us on Twitter, to stay up to date with all the content coming here on JTN. Darren Ingram going to have the lead by virtue of the 2-tire pit stop. Jeff Dixon to his outside. William Page, Cal Laval, row 2. Row 3, Cam Barnes, Trey Coleman, Noah Joyce, Antonio Ruiz, and then Sean Whitehill and DJ Harris, your top 10 here on the restart. Darren Ingram with control of this restart. Into the Miteco restart zone we go, and green flag is back out here from Nashville, and that 15 got another great restart.
He sure did, but I'll tell you what, even though that was probably the best restart we've seen from the outside line, Darren Ingram still holds it on the bottom, but those 2 tires might be working against him here. Here we go into 3 and 4. This 23 car holding the lead, but barely.
You gotta hope that maybe you can keep Dixon to your outside for a couple laps, make him really try to work to try to get back around you. Maybe, just maybe, he wears those tires out a little too much. You can also hope for this, your teammate, William Page, to get to his inside and make the move for second. So now Ingram Peterson Autosport 1-2.
And right behind him, here comes Cal Lovell. Mr. Where did he come from? Way back in the field. He's found his way back up to the top 3. This time looking to pass Jeff Dixon, who led the first half of this race. He's going the wrong way. Cam Barnes now onto the freight train. He's the caboose.
I was going to say a little bit of panic going on behind the wheel of that 15 right now. You're starting to see he's really crowding these guys on the bottom, just trying to stay with them, not let them get out in front. Barnes was able to make a pass for the lead on that last run for a hot minute. Now he makes the pass for 4th, so move Jeff Dixon all the way back to 5th.
Well, Dixon on the wrong foot, certainly. And the real problem for him now, he's behind that 7 car, Cam Barnes. Don't think that Cam Barnes is going to let him by that easy. Remember, Jeff Dixon last run kind of pushed Cam out of the way to take back the lead. I don't think that 7 car is going to forget that one before this checkered flag falls. So Jeff's got a lot of work to do. We know he's quick, but right now it's the Darren Ingram show up front. IPA 1-2 right now. Darren Ingram, William Page with Cal Lovell on 3rd.
See a couple new things in chat. We had some from our good buddy Anthony doing a little heart. and then to Ryan Pace. So we love Ryan Pace. Do you get it? You get it? Tommy. Okay, you had to say yes. That's all I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Come on,
Of
Tommy.
course, yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. It's just, like all these drivers here in Nashville, I'm trying to get in tune. Yeah.
I hate you so much.
We're back racing here in Nashville. This green flag run has been good so far. Coming up on just 75 laps to go. And right now, Darren Ingram looking at a great strategy call thus far. He's been leading this whole run.
Yeah, doing a really good job there on those 2 tires. If you have an actual guitar there, Tommy, I think you're going to have to serenade whoever wins this race as part of being in the Music City. So stay tuned, folks, after the race for that. Right now, though, William Page, team owner John Peterson wrote in that he's like the Dale Jr. of the USORL. I don't know if I completely agree with that, but right now, Page Nation, was that what it would be? On their feet cheering on the 49.
I'll tell you what.
All 2 of them on their feet.
Wow, that's brutal. That is tough.
Sorry, all 49 of them. Is that better?
Yeah, that's more like it. William Page has got some fans out there. I know there were a lot of people cheering when he won that race at Daytona. Oh, but there he goes around. The commentator's curse.
I don't think that's the commentator's curse. I just think that's William Page.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and Zach Krastowski around. And Garrett Sidner around. I think that's going to be a caution. It is.
Yeah, these cars slowing down. We do have a yellow.
Oil all over the front straightaway, so not the
my
commentator's
goodness.
curse. Not the commentator's curse. Will, real quick, I know you're probably, maybe you're not rewatch this. We love you, buddy. Just in case. For those at home that think I'm completely serious. I'm not. You should know that by now. Here's the replay of Page. Really loose through the center. This is just what we've seen all night. You get loose in the center, carries loose off, and just, skids it around. Further back, Sidner got loose to the outside of the one of Zach Krastowski. That's what actually caused this incident, because that's contact between those 2 cars. They both go for a little looper, but no damage, really, on those cars. Looks like the splitters are still straight, too, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, Joe, it's a caution. You know what the first letter of caution is? It's C. Just like that sweet C chord. It's the music race. What do you expect?
No, you're good. You're good. It's fantastic. I love it. We didn't get Tommy's World this week, so I'm really glad we're still bringing in the pizzazz, you know?
Yeah, you got to make up for it somehow.
Real quick, wanted to keep going through. See Savannah tuning in. Welcome. Davey's doing good tonight. Next time you see him, punch him in the gut for me.
Davey's D chord right here. That's a good one. I like that.
That was good. Tommy, do you know how to play the guitar?
I do.
All right, you are going to sing the winner a song in Victory Lane.
I'm not going to sing him a song, but I'll play him
No,
a little
you're going to sing
riff.
it. You got to sing it.
It's debatable. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see how much I like the winner. Depends who it is.
That's terrible. Good buddy Ricky Collette also tuning in tonight, not on the track in his TWB machine. What's up with that? You guys win a race and all of a sudden you stop supporting racers. Says you play a mean Pearl Jam. Savannah asks, why am I punching Davey? Reasons. I don't know. You don't have to. Just fun. You just give him like a little love tap, you know, with your knucks. Right? Isn't that what you do, Tommy? You see your brother and you just give him a little love tap with your knucks.
I do that with my dad.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punch. Knucks. All right. Anyways, Darren Ingram, Calaval, row 1, Cam Barnes, Trey Coleman, Jeff Dixon, William Page, Davey Hazard, Garrett Sidner, and Noah Joyce. Green flag back out here at Nashville.
That 12 car, Cal Oval, you know, he was fast earlier in this race. The only car that could really hang with Jeff Dixon in the 15. So now Cal trying to work his magic on the 23 of Darren Ingram.
And he really washed up the track there in 3 and 4, but Ingram also did the same, kind of missed the mark on the bottom. Don't look now, Trey Coleman creeping into the picture there in third, and we got another yellow.
Well, that was a quick yellow, Joe. These guys got to get back in tune with these green flag runs here at Nashville.
Got your tuning key out?
My guitars are already tuned. I was tuning that during the last yellow.
Ah. Here's what happens. Oh, gets spun around by Noah Joyce. That was like a, accordion effect. Do you have an accordion?
Yep.
Do you have an accordion?
Not with me, no.
Let me do my accordion impression real quick. Is that good?
That sounds about right. I mean, if you're walking down the streets of Paris, France, I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like.
We're having fun tonight.
We're
having fun
because I'm French. It's okay.
What? I don't even know what city you said.
Paris.
Okay.
USORL Red Bull Cup Series racing.
Why are we even here? I don't get it.
This is definitely not a Nashville party, Joe. All I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo.
Keep going.
That's all. That's all we're doing.
Bad. All right, quickie yellow here. Darren Ingram, Calaval, row 1. Trey Coleman, Jeff Dixon, Davey Hazard, DJ Harris, Noah Joyce, Cam Barnes, Sean Whitehill, William Page, Zach Krastowski, Antonio Ruiz, and then Garrett Sidner out back. We shouldn't have complimented them on doing really good.
No, that was the fatal flaw.
Oh my goodness. Now we're gonna hear the end of it.
That being said, we are strikingly close to the ending, only an hour in, so it's, so far so good.
So far so good.
To the Myco restart zone, a great start for Cal Lombard.
Darren,
on that one.
Darren backed him up into the end of that restart zone. I love the games this guy in the 23 plays. Unless I'm racing against him, then I hate it. I hate it, Tommy. That really stacked that whole outside lineup. Weren't able to time that restart. Ingram out front right now. Now Trey Coleman looking for second.
Jeff Dixon back there on the outside line, trying to get around Davey Hazard. Dixon, ever since he got shuffled back, hasn't been able to make up a lot of ground.
Oh, contact!
Side by side behind him. Back up front, Darren Ingram leading the way over Cal Lombard, who's retaking second from Trey Coleman.
More contact further back. William Page and Jeff Dixon. I'm sorry, Tommy.
Oh my goodness, huge implications there.
There's some smoking tires. That's not good. You don't want to flat spot one of those puppies.
So far, we stay green.
Settle down, boys. Settle down. There's still over 60 laps left in this thing.
And here we go. There's the pass for the lead. Cal Lombard. I made it look easy. I think Darren was on older 2 tires there. He just let him by, and I think that's a smart move. He's got to be able to regroup. Although here he goes, back for second place on Trey Coleman. Both of them wash up the racetrack just a little bit.
Good buddies there racing for second. Coleman going to fall back to third. Get the Ingram back that second place position, but here comes that shoe car of Davey Hazard.
Boy, we love the shoe car. It's a great car. I'm telling you what, everybody knows that it's an Adidas shoe car. You can just see that. And he's doing a great job in it, too. He's running pretty fast.
Now, who has...
He races with... Davey races with a lot of soul, doesn't he, Joe?
He does. He does. He's got those hot shoes tonight, too.
That's right. You don't want to be on the wrong end of his heel, however, like Garrett Sidner was at Richmond in that music race last season.
Well, unlucky for him, he hasn't been on the back foot too long this evening.
That's right, but it's kind of a marathon, these 200 laps. It's probably going to wear those toes out on the car.
And the Achilles heel really for the 75 team this year has been when he's been back in traffic. Often able to run up through the field, but sometimes just at that last sprint to the end just loses it.
Yeah, and the Achilles heel for this broadcast has been us. The racing's been great, though. Up front, Cal Lombard, we have problems in turn 2.
Oh, it's Jeff Dixon!
Jeff Dixon!
Oh no! Huge implications.
Cars going out everywhere.
There's a car in the wall in 3 and 4. That's Garrett Sidner. We're still green.
Action on the racetrack heating up like some hot sauce, some Nashville hot sauce. Hot sauce. It's hot sauce. It's not Nashville, Tennessee fried chicken up here. Davey Hazard looking to get around Cam Barnes for 4th.
Goes to the inside, going to try to take Noah Joyce with him. They stay side by side down the back straightaway. Hazard.
How about Noah Joyce looking for a top 5 spot here?
And that 3 car, they had that win at Daytona at the start of the year, have kind of struggled through the middle part of the season, but starting to heat back up here, lead into the playoffs. That's definitely what you want to be doing.
Absolutely. There goes Hazard by Barnes. Barnes looks a little bit, decides better of it, and now put that 75 car locked into place in 4th. He's got it all tied up, all laced up, if you will.
That's going to lace it up for our shoe puns for the night, too. I think we hit our allotment.
You're right. I don't want to tread on any more of our viewers with these horrible puns. Back up front, it's the Cal Loveall show. He's really pulled away now over a second. Back to second place, Darren Ingram. And this has huge implications on the chase here, Joe, because if he wins,
Locks him in.
it locks him in. And it's not going to mean that, these guys below him, Zach Krastowski and Garrett Sidner, are going to be out of the chase. But, man, I'm telling you, that's one less spot that they can get. That would be, I think, just 2 cars to come in on points heading into our final race of the regular season.
Well, and isn't Cal also the points leader in the Red Bull Cup Series?
I believe he also is, with such a consistently good season.
So that's going to shuffle him up the order, too, just for bonus points and whatnot. So that's another important thing to watch.
Here goes Cam Barnes and Noah Joyce making their way around Davey Hazard. He went high in turns 3 and 4, maybe losing the handle on that car a little bit. But nonetheless, still running well in 6th place. It doesn't really matter for Davey Hazard at this point. He's got 7 wins. But of course, just want to finish the regular season on a good note to get some good positive vibes heading into the playoffs.
Big time loose off the corner. Probably stop talking about him now before he wrecks.
Yeah.
Make a t-shirt that says JTN Jinx. Oh, no! That's not the place you want a race car to be parked.
Absolutely not, and you better believe we get a yellow thrown. My goodness, Joe. That was a very surprising view of Jeff Dixon there off of turn 2. Oh my, we'll have to take a look and see what found him in this lowly state.
Wrapping the apron through 1 and 2 rather. Car gets loose through the center, and this is what we've seen all night. Guys just loose through the center. They continue loose off the corner. Cal Laval does a great job of avoiding it. Darren Ingram and Trey Coleman as well. Guys having to scurry around this 15 Skittles machine.
Great job avoiding him. I mean, he came up quick, too. I mean, that's exactly where you want to exit the corner. And the fact that those guys were able to see that, adjust their lines so quickly, incredible.
Incredible. I share a birthday with Kyle Petty.
I share a birthday with another Kyle Larson.
I don't know which one of us has it worse.
We're not going to get into this debate right now.
Race off a pit.
Maybe for an episode of the Fake Racers podcast. But.
Hey, maybe. Race off pit road there. Looks like Cal Laval beats Darren Ingram to the line. You have to be careful what you say there, because then it sounds a little PG-13.
Yeah. This, of course, a family-friendly broadcast.
Of course, naturally. Every curse word said on the broadcast, $15 to Bristol's wallet.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. That's why you've always done a great job.
Well, I would say that Jack Healy and John Peterson have had to pay up some.
Yeah, you know. Hard to collect e-checks.
Jack Healy not in this race. What are you talking about? We got PayPal and Venmo. Jack Healy not in this racer tonight. Should still be in the playoffs, though, Joe. with the number of starts he's made. Of course, he won at Talladega for his first career Cup Series win.
They had a car already in the Games 1, 2, 3 Racing. They had all the printouts ready. Teammate Huang Do not here tonight as well. The 54 and 77 not making the trek to Nashville. Kind of surprising. Yeah, I would think you'd want to have momentum going into the end of the year here.
Perhaps they thought otherwise.
You don't like momentum?
I like momentum.
It's like energy, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
Yeah, but that being said, I don't know how it would apply to racing, because I think more if you have like shh, in the sense that like entering playoffs with momentum, like I get the concept, but I don't know. I know, you know what? No, I do get it. It's just sometimes I feel like it's more of I go on bad runs and good runs, not necessarily momentum like I'm keeping up this good run. I just kind of am. I don't know.
Tommy coming from the school of I don't like superstitions.
I don't. I don't think they're real. Doesn't matter.
I don't think you think anything's real.
Catch me watching Bills gear on Sunday, though. So.
Working lap 156, going green for 157. Cal Laval, Trey Coleman, row 1, Darren Ingram, Cam Barnes, Noah Joyce, Zach Kristowski. Good rebound for the one team. Davey Hazard, William Page, Sean Whitehill, Garrett Sidner. And back away we go. Great restart for the 12. We're back underway here in Nashville.
Tell you what, Joe, this top 6 comprised of winners, all except for Cal Lovell, who's looking to get his first win of the season here.
First guy then further on back without a win. It's that one car, Zach Kristowski, who's also right now in the plays based off points, but definitely would like to get a win here tonight or next week at Michigan to kind of solidify that spot.
Yeah, that being said, though, a good points run for him. Well, he's going to have a great advantage over Garrett Sidnor. He's going to be in front of them in points after this race if things finish like they are, given that Sidnor has not had a good night. Zach has been quick, had to come back from a couple laps down early, but finds himself in a very, very solid top 10 run, which I think could sum up Zach Kristowski's season perfectly.
Solid.
Just to say, he's been very solid in the top 10.
Caution out again on the speedway. Like it's the 66 around. I don't know if this is a contact. Okay, yes. Late yellow. Here's the replay. Goes around. Dixon nowhere to go. Makes contact with the front end. That brings out the yellow. Remind us, chat, never to compliment these guys on doing a good, clean race ever again. It didn't work.
Here's some words of wisdom from John Peterson. He says, I think it all comes down to, regarding the momentum talk, and drivers sitting out before the chase. I think it all comes down to confidence, he says. If you got it, you'll run great. If you don't, you're typing in a chat box while others are racing. Couldn't have said it better myself.
We had a really fun debate today about dirt on concrete.
Don't know if I'd call it fun, but go ahead.
We had an individual that thought all the dirt at Bristol was going to cause the track to be all cracked.
Yes.
That's not the case. As someone that is taking engineering statics and taking a materials class right now, that is not how that works. So if you're worried about the Bristol Motor Speedway right now, it's going to be okay. We'll be good. We're probably going to have to wash it with a lot of Tide. Yeah. But that's the one thing I'd worry about, like dirt getting into the pores in the surface, causing it to be a little slick.
Who knows, Joe? Maybe that could produce some good racing. I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to see a great Cup race tomorrow if we're fortunate enough. I'm really disappointed, though, that we're not going to get the heat races. I really think that we should have had the heat races, at least for the trucks, since you had more than the field allotment.
I agree. It stinks, but oh well. entirely selfish take here. I hope it does rain tomorrow so we get to see it on Monday so I can actually watch it instead of being stuck at work. But, you know.
Yeah, a little selfish there.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, here we go. We're going back green again. Cal Lovell up front. Noah Joyce took the outside line. That's going to put him to Cal's outside on the front row.
Shake it up. Shake it up,
yep.
Baby.
Absolutely. He's rolling the dice. Oh, wait, that's the wrong track.
Wrong track. You got to know when to hold
He's playing a solo. He's drumming. He is searching for the... She's searching for the right key. No.
Yep. Key
Yeah.
to the race. Outside
That's
line
right.
restart. Here we go into the micro restart zone. Green flag back. And we're underway once again. Big bump there from the 75 to the back of the 3.
Yeah, Noah didn't get a great restart.
No! Darren Ingram around contact with Trey Coleman, and that's going to be another yellow. I don't think Trey hit him too hard. You got to think the skeleton for driver 23 not feeling very good. Probably chattering a little bit after that hit, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he just got loose on that bottom there on this restart. Things can get really, really loose at the beginning of these runs, especially on cold tires, so I think that's just what you see there. Unfortunately, Trey Coleman, just the way everything worked out on the restart, was just right behind him to make it even worse.
Here's the replay. Oh, it actually looks like Trey got into the back of him, sent him around, and makes the contact. Sean Whitehill around on the apron. Everyone, though, does a good job of not making that a bigger mess than it probably should have been. Everyone, barreling down into turn 1 on a restart. Eight-car tail end of the field for causing the yellow. Cam Barnes coming down pit road. This is that stage in the race, too, where we're getting these really short runs, Tommy. And guys are like, nah, we're not going to pit.
Yeah, you know what? This is the zone of strategy, I would say. I think if these guys pit now and took 2 tires, they can stretch that to the end of the race with these old lefts. I don't think it's the winning strategy, but they could at least pick up some track position and go from there. Will we see that widespread? I don't know, but I think most of these guys took 4.
Yeah.
If not all.
4 freshies are always nice,
They are, but track position is also nice. And I think going forward, we maybe there's a chance that some of these guys maybe just made their last pit stop, depending on how things go.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm calling it now. It could be.
And they always get me confused when we're choosing up here in the booth. As the leader will make sure to avoid that box, but then the second place car will just run it right over. See a lot of people tuning in. Make sure if you haven't already, if this is your first time watching, you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon, because that'll give you notifications anytime we go live here on JT. I'm Joe Swansky, alongside me tonight, Tommy Bordeaux, here at the Nashville Fairgrounds for the United States Online Racing League Red Bull Cup Series. Tommy, it's been a fantastic race. Pitch to those fans at home why they need to subscribe to us here at JTN.
Well, Joe, if you want to see the best racing action in NR 2003 that 2021 has to offer, it's going to be right here on the JoeTowNetwork. We've got a lot of different leagues, running a lot of different racetracks, and a lot of different cars to provide a lot of great racing. And who better to bring it to you than us two, Ricky Collette, Davey Hazard, and the rest of the crew, with Bristol the producer. I mean, a dog is our producer. It doesn't get much better than that.
Doesn't get much better than that, and he, of course, is always a good boy. And if you have a league and you're looking to get your races broadcast, why not contact us at JTN? Go on over to our Facebook page, send us a message, or send us a message on Twitter, and we will be in touch about how you can get your online racing league live here on JTN. Cal Laval, Davey Hazard, row 1, Noah Joyce, Garrett Sidner now back up to the front with that rear end. Now back intact on that 16 car. William Page, Cam Barnes, DJ Harris, Darren Ingram, Zach Krastowski, Sean Whitehill, Jeff Dixon, Trey Coleman, and Antonio Ruiz. Into the restart zone we go. Green flag back out here at Nashville. Cal again kind of bunches up everybody. We saw Darren Ingram do that earlier to a very good result. Works out well for the 12. He's clear. Davey Hazard for the lead.
Well, I know Hazard, that 75 car, talking to him before the race, wasn't happy with his race car. And I feel like I say that every week. 75 is not happy with his race car. But here we go, Joe. Just over 30 laps left, and that 75 car has found himself in second place. He does a great job of getting to the front when it matters, even with a poor handling race car.
Further on back, battle for fourth. Cam Barnes getting to the inside of William Page for position. Barnes came down last time, took 4 fresh Goodyear Racing tires with that Ford Motorcraft Mustang. He's going to make the pass for position. Now Garrett Sidner trying to do the same.
How about this bounce back for Garrett Sidner? I mean, at the beginning of the race, this is kind of where he started, and he fell off early, and we haven't seen him since until now. I mean, how about that? A comeback for that 16 car, and that could mean some big things in points if we get a winner from outside the top 12 next week, or perhaps even tonight. Still plenty of time left, but they're going to have to catch Cal Loval, who right now has stretched his lead to almost a second over Davey Hazard and crew.
And Noah Joyce briefly challenging for that second position. They're not able to get it done on the bottom. Hazard doing really good defending that position, but they're losing time right now to our leader, Cal Laval, in that high point, number 12 Ford Mustang.
Cal Laval in that 12 car, this may not be Kentucky Motor Speedway, but it is close to Kentucky, geographically speaking. Kind of like a home track for him.
Do we go to Kentucky? I don't think we do.
I don't think the Cup Series goes to Kentucky this season here, Joe.
Ah.
I know that the ARCA season will, but that's like half a year from now. I
Yeah.
think. So, I got a little bit of ways to go for that.
Noah Joyce around from third, Tommy. Sorry to cut you off. Goes around in turn 3. That's going to bring out a yellow.
Oh, well, that's like hitting the wrong note on your solo.
Not what you want to do because everyone's watching you.
That's right.
Let's see if he got any help here from the 7 of Cam Barnes. Oh, and he did. He definitely did. Ah. There are a lot of expletives on the radio of that 3 car right now. I can just feel it.
Yeah, just like one of those, parental advisory stickers.
Yeah.
Gotta put one of those in the 3 car.
Slap it on there now, because, oh boy. Folks at home, I apologize. We could not bring you the radio from the 3. Everybody coming down pit road. Got to assume, Tommy, it's 4 fresh tires. But, of course, as I say, got to assume that Darren Ingram going to take 2, be first off of pit road.
There we go.
Jeff Dixon off second, Trey Coleman, then here comes all the guys with 4.
I like that move. Joe, I love that move. It's going to seem like there's still a lot of laps left with 23. By number standpoints, kind of. But I'm telling you, track position's so important here. I love that move right there by that 23 car. That's huge. That could win the race.
Well, then you get a couple quick cautions here to kind of keep those guys back there. Maybe you get a couple restarts, kind of equalize the tires a little bit, and then you're cooking if you're out front on the older tires. It's like we'll be choosing here. Guys on 4 fresh ones, they're going to take the outside there. It's Cal Laval and Davey Hazard, so they'll be lining up first 2 rows on the outside with Darren Ingram. Jeff Dixon there on the inside, rows 1 and 2. Row 3 is going to be Trey Coleman and Garrett Sidner. William Page and Zach Krastowski, row 4. John Whitehill, Noah Joyce, row 5. Then DJ Harris, Antonio Ruiz, and Cam Barnes, who brought out that most recent yellow, getting into the back of the 3 car of Noah Joyce. Well, we saw Darren with some cheeky restart games earlier. I assume we're going to see the same, because he is going to need all the help he can get holding off those 4 fresh tires. Into the Micro restart zone. Green flag. We're back racing here at Nashville. And that was not what I was expecting from that 23 on the restart.
Well, we've seen him be able to hold off Cal Loval for a few laps
But,
earlier in a restart, but this time, how about no laps? Cal Loval put himself back to the high point of this race.
Yeah, that 12 car had a really good restart. Hazard and Jeff Dixon right now battling for third. That 15 car really loose right now on the bottom on the 2 tires. He had to make a move to try to get some track position back. But right now, it does not look like it's going to pay off because that 75 getting really good runs down the straightaway off the top.
Yeah, I'll tell you, these restarts are such a scramble for position. A little bit of contact there, I think, between the 15 and 75. They're quite close here. Got to imagine that 15 car, Jeff Dixon, you know he's fast, but those two tires are really hurting him, I think. But so far, I mean, he's not letting hazard by him just yet anyway, and that could actually help him because that 75 car pushing on that outside line could be wearing out his stuff just a little bit more.
Oh, really loose through the corner, saves it. But I think that might give the 75 a big enough push, but it doesn't. Trey Coleman deciding to push them both down the back straight. Oh, they make contact. 75 up the track.
Davey, way up the track, and that's not the first time the 15 sent someone up the track tonight.
And it looks like we got a yellow.
That time, my goodness.
Noah Joyce.
Oh.
Your goodness, though.
Oh, my goodness, I was going to say. A lot of shaking and baking back there deeper into the field. While Cal Laval was on his way to checking out, I would be surprised here if we see in the leaders pit they don't. Guys deeper in the field do, however.
You saw Noah Joyce making a defensive move, trying to hold that one car. Zach Krastowski behind him there. Krastowski gets into the back bumper, sends that 3 car for a spin. So now 2 cautions in a row. That 3 car's gotten a little bump from behind, and it's sent him around. Very not happy now. He sounded like Martin Truex trying to pass a lapped car right now on the radio.
Well, Joe, we're coming to the wire here on this race. The whole first half was really punctuated by a string of yellows that we've seen since then. This race has gone by quite fast, though, I must say. These drivers now in the closing stages are really going to have to fight for every spot they can. With track position being so important and restarts being paramount to finishing well here tonight, I think, in the late going.
Yeah, and each time we choose now, it's going to become exponentially more important. We've seen, like you said, you keep saying track position, track position, track position, track position, track position. And choosing the right lane on a restart is going to be a really big deal here as these laps are starting to tick away.
Definitely will be. Although, granted, I talk about track position a lot, especially in Tommy's world. Don't worry about next week, though, Joe, at Michigan, because I can tell you this, track position, not going to be a big deal there. Speaking of advancing their track position, Davey Hazard choosing the outside line, so he's going to line up on the outside of the front row with Cal. I think that's going to pay dividends for him. It's going to give him another shot trying to pass this 12 car who's been oh so quick all night long.
Would you invest in that 75 right now?
Maybe not to win, but definitely to finish in the top 5 at this point.
Yeah. Cal Laval, Davey Hazard, Darren Ingram, William Page, Trey Coleman, Cam Barnes, Jeff Dixon, Garrett Sidner, DJ Harris, Antonio Ruiz, Noah Joyce, Sean Whitehill, Zach Krastowski lined up in that order on this restart. Into the Mike restart zone we go and back away. Green flag once again here at Nashville. Not a good restart for that 75 on the outside.
No, but a great restart for Cal Lovell. That's going to allow him to pull away just a little bit. And I think that's just kind of what he needs as we close into the end of this race. If Hazard was able to get to his outside and stay there, he might have had a shot, pinching Cal down a little bit, but thus far, we just haven't seen Cal be able to be challenged by anybody once he's out front in the lead on his own.
So Cal out front, Davey in second, Trey Coleman on the 2 tires. Is going to have a challenge here for these last 13 or so laps to try to hold off this 7 car, Cam Barnes, who we know has fresh tires.
Back a little bit in the field, the 16 car of Garrison are up to 7th. So it could be a good night for him points-wise. Of course, battling that 1 car of Zach Kostowski, who's now down at 12th. They are still both in the playoffs on points, but next week or tonight, if we were to get a first-time winner on the season that is outside of the top 12 in points, they would be at risk of falling out.
And
Doesn't look like we're going to have that, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, right now, the only one of those that's left, well, there's 3 of those that are left, Sean Whitehill, DJ Harris, and Antonio Ruiz, but they're back there 9th through 11th, so not looking like that is in the cards. Cam Barnes going by Trey Coleman for 3rd, so move him up onto the podium here late in this one. Tommy, I think we missed it, so we'll do it this time by. It's your favorite part of the night. It's your TWB 10 to go.
Well, that it is, Joe. It's a TWB 9 to go, I guess, tonight. On behalf of TWB, I'd like to give a shout out to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios and more, for all your outdoor lighting needs, visit GardenLightsDirect.com. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com. That is your TWB 10 to go.
Thanks to TWB for sponsoring that 10 to go and reminding Cal that he's only got 8 more now to get it to victory lane here at Nashville for the first time this season.
Make it 7. These laps are clocking off quick.
They're going. They're moving.
They absolutely are. Hazard was a hair faster that time, but not enough. Just about a 100th of a second faster with the time left. That's not going to be enough.
No, not going to be enough at all, Tommy. And you can already see these top 3, they kind of have a good gap between all of them. Hazard there in 2nd, Cam Barnes in 3rd. And right now, oh, contact further back. That's a teammate. And that's a yellow.
Oh, and this changes everything, Joe. Oh, my goodness.
Hannah Montana becomes Miley Cyrus again. And, oh, boy. Came in like a wrecking ball. Was that a good one? I thought that was pretty funny.
Quite good, yes.
Okay, I needed the reassurance from you that it was okay to say that. Not a laughing matter though. It's going to be the competition meeting at Ingram Peterson Auto Support this weekend. Here's the incident. Will turned right too. He got into that left rear, and I mean he just kind of had to turn right to avoid probably a worse wreck, but oh boy. Not gonna
keep an eye on these leaders. Sorry to interrupt right here, but we do have a lot of takers on pit road. I'm surprised. I think a lot of these guys are probably just going to take 2 tires, but left out up at the front, it's the 12 of Cal Laval, the 3 of Noah Joyce, and the 11 of Antonio Ruiz not pitting.
That's the big one you got to watch, is that 11, because remember, he's on the outside looking in. Here's your points coming into the race tonight. There you see Ruiz down there in 16th. If he were to win this race tonight, he would move up into the top 10, and he would bump out either Zach Krastowski or Garrett Sidner, so something to watch. Oh boy, this changes everything.
Jeff Barnes, the first off pit road, he takes 2. Followed by Jeff Dixon, Garrett Sidnor, and DJ Harris. They all took 2 tires. Davey Hazard in 75, your first taker on 4 tires, but Joe, he's way far back of these guys.
Are we going to have an overtime finish? How are these laps working out?
Yeah, we might have to. I think we're going to have them, because they didn't choose this time, so looks like we're going to have to go into overtime just a little bit.
Because it's 198 right now, so we'll come back to you. So we're going, I just want to make sure I have this graphic right. We're going into overtime here in the Red Bull Cup Series. A little bit of free racing for you tonight on JTN. Once again this week, hopefully we don't get as many overtime attempts for the sake of this guy out front.
An encore. You're getting an encore. Choose cone this time. Could mean a lot here depending on who takes what line. Here we go. Antonio Ruiz, first taker up high.
He had to do it. He's got to get a win. This is a really good shot, but it's also a good shot for something crazy to happen late in this one. Cal Laval, Antonio Ruiz, Noah Joyce, Jeff Dixon, Cam Barnes, Garrett Sidner, DJ Harris, Trey Coleman, Davey Hazard, Darren Ingram, Sean Whitehill, William Page, and Zach Krastowski, your field here for this overtime attempt number 1 from the Nashville Fairgrounds. Ooh, that just sounds good. That just sounds good.
It does. It definitely does here, Joe.
Coming off of turn number 4, Cal's going to lead him into the restart zone. Away we go. Green flag back out from the Fairgrounds, and a big checkup on that outside.
Antonio Ruiz up to second place. Let's see if he can clear Noah off the turn. Oh, not quite. Noah Joyce still's got the inside line at that 11. Coming off of turn 4. White flag is out. This race will be official. Cal Lovell leads. He's got about a half second in front of Noah Joyce, and now Cam Barnes in third. He hasn't won all
big
season
wreck
long.
down the back straightaway. Garrett Sidner sends it into the 11, but Cal Lovell coming off of turn 4 will win at the Fairgrounds. And we're wrecking at the line.
Cal Lovell wins the Music City race at the Nashville Fairgrounds. His first win of the season. It took him quite a while, but he's got it. Now this locks himself into the playoffs. He was already locked in on points, pretty much. With that 12 car now, punching his ticket to the playoffs.
There you see Cal coming off of turn 4, waving to the fans in the stands, and he'll get to do burnouts for the first time in the 7th season of the Red Bull Cup Series.
A great burnout there from that 12 car. He's been waiting a while to see to do this.
I was going to say, this one's been a long time coming for that entire 12 team. Well, let's see if we can't real quick get a replay of what happened there on that last lap, because there was a lot of craziness happening. I don't know who it was further up. There's contact there. DJ Harris around on the back straightaway. Contact with Davey Hazard. See Antonio Ruiz way up the racetrack. Getting a replay of that. Garrett Sidner just absolutely sends it going down into the corner. Kind of puzzled by that move. Just knocks that 11 up and out of the way. Ruins the night for the 11 car. Darren Ingram is exploded. And then they're wrecking behind him, and it was a mess there at the end.
Chaos. That's like when I'm at a little bit of freeform jazz in the backstretch, if you ask me.
Yeah. Are you gonna serenade our winner tonight?
We'll see.
Ah, boo. Well, Tommy, while I'm getting the results up on the screen for the viewers at home, you can start bringing in our interviewers. I know Bristol's down on pit road, getting them all set up with headsets. We'll get to talk with our top 3 tonight. Cam Barnes, Noah. Oh man, yeah, Noah Joyce. And our winner, Cal Lovell.
All right. Well, we'll get our third place finisher, Cam Barnes, in here. It's going to be kind of an interesting interview for our second place interviewee, Noah Joyce. So we'll get there when we get there. But first, here he is, a third place finisher on the night. It is the number 7. It is Cameron Barnes, driving for Spencer Racing. Congratulations on a third place finish, Cam.
Thank you so much.
You know, Cam, we talked about it in the broadcast. It seems like you've been a little bit quiet since your win at Anchorage earlier in the season, but a good rebound for you here tonight, a nice top 3 finish. How does that feel knowing you're going into the playoffs in just a couple weeks' time?
Well, it feels good because, feels like luck is rebounding after last week, not being able to see out of one eye. That kind of sucked. So, now actually doing better and being able to see actually helped me a little bit. So, and feel bad not anymore, but I felt terrible for Noah at the end there and decided to let him have second, not send it in to him or anything after that contact we made because, that was completely my fault and just, settled for third there. And, good day for us because, got 2 Fords in top 3 and both of us were pretty happy with the cars. Well, not so much after the lights race, but after tonight, I guess we have to be happy with them.
And
yeah, no, Cal, a good point stay for you. Of course, you're locked in already, but like I mentioned,
no, I got this. I got you. Tommy, what's his name?
Did I call him Cal?
You did.
Oh, what
How
I meant
rude
was
of you.
Cam.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I would gladly take the win if you want to give it. If you guys want,
Well,
I was actually the winner, but
we don't have the power to do that. We just put on the show. But you did lead a lap. Good points day. Like I said, going into the playoffs. You said your luck's turned around. You got that 7 on the car. It's got to do something with it. While we have you here, you didn't have a special music paint scheme tonight, but if you could, what would be your band you put on there?
so
Or artist?
okay. So I pitched this idea to the whole EBR and me because we had 4 perfect cars. I said we should all run Kiss and have the different makeup on the car. That got shot down because none of them like to have fun, and Cal is Mr. Stingy. I thought it'd been awesome because one of us could have the tongue hanging out the side, like down the side of the car and everything. It'd been awesome, but one of the cars doesn't show up, and 2, Cal, is Cal. So, I guess I can't complain anymore because he won the race, and I guess maybe that's where our speed came from. Because being the party poopers we are, maybe the cars were faster because of that. So I don't know. But,
Well, you might not have been able to run those paint schemes, but I assure you, you're more than able to go ahead and kiss Cal down in Victory Lane. While you're here,
here's the thing. Matt is the one that normally does that, so you should talk
Right.
with him and figure out how that went. I'm leaving as soon as this is over because
well, we'll let you leave soon. But before you go, anyone you want to thank while you got the opportunity?
thank the whole EPR crew for helping make this car pretty good. I tried a couple things on my own this week to make this car better, and I feel like I was able to get the drive off I wanted, and I think that ended up being the difference. So again, apologies to Noah because that incident was completely my fault and shouldn't have happened. So glad we
Yeah.
were able to get second and third out of that.
You freaking
But, yeah.
jerk. You just sent it into him.
Hey, listen. I tried to back out of it. The thing is, the corner came up way too fast. We should have, had an extra 100 feet and it'd been fine. But you know what? The corner came up too fast. It snuck up on us.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the same place every lap, but all of a sudden that one, it just snuck up on you.
Yeah, of course.
It happens, right? You forgot. You forgot.
It's a track. It's a track, Joe. It's not me. It was a track, man. I mean, come on. No, yeah, I felt bad because we both stuck back there, and without that other caution, we wouldn't ever have gotten up as far as we did. But it was nice to be one of the only cars to be able to pass people on the outside, especially on a restart. Because man, I'll tell you what, that is the most satisfying feeling in the world. Because that outside line sucks, and I don't recommend anybody going in there. But when you have fresh tires, you can be He-Man up there and pass so many people because they are not expecting it. And I managed to get by, I think, 2 or 3 people there on one of the restarts and was up there in 4th, I think. And it's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys. And finally, thank you guys for, sitting here watching us dick around and spin and crash and all that for all night. So
$15 in the jar.
Bruce will have a word with you afterwards.
Okay, listen. If you show up to Charlotte, I will manually put it into the jar.
Oh.
But only for Joe, not for Tommy. Only for Joe.
Don't worry about it. I'll do it on behalf of Joe.
Cam, thanks for talking with us. Of course, I'm just kidding with you about the incident. And congratulations on the good finish. You got all this momentum going. We're going to see that 7 car probably up front next week at Michigan. Good luck. Good luck next week.
So we are very prepared because the Anchorage speed. So hopefully that carries over, and Allison's good there. So and hopefully Matt will show up and we'll be good there too. So maybe we can either work with one of them or whatever happens. We're gonna go for it. So yep. Thank you guys.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Cam Barnes, driver number 7. Ford Motorcraft Mustang. Tommy, that was an interesting. That was like one of those high and low interviews.
A lot of stuff going on there. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, that was like the solo on Freebird. It just kept going. Yeah. All right, next up. Sorry, that was just a joke. You're good, you're good, Cam. All right. Now for our next interview, we're not going to get Noah Joyce to speak in here, but he did send me this to say. So in my best Noah Joyce impression, here he is, the driver of the 3-car. I'm not but very happy. Oh, he said, very happy with tonight's run. I'll take a second after burning off my right front on that last run and getting dumped twice. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
Strong words from Noah Joyce.
Noah Joyce.
And like to thank all his sponsors: Dow Chemicals, Lowe's,
The number 3.
the number 3, Dale Earnhardt, Austin Dillon. Thanks to JTN for broadcasting as always, and thanks for all
they do a great job.
Thanks to all the admins here at the USORL for putting on a great show, and thanks
Right.
to the 2 guys that dumped me too.
Out of the way, here comes your winner. He's the guy that, once Jeff Dixon was out of the way, nobody could seem to catch him. It's the 12 car of Cal Laval. Welcome back to the booth, and congratulations on your first win of the season.
Thank you, Tommy. Pleasure to be up here.
Cal, you know you won tonight here at Nashville, and it was the music race. Do you want to hear some music?
Sure.
Tommy,
I've got just the thing.
take it away,
Hang on.
Tommy.
Ready. Cal, this is for you.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I gotta turn the light here. It's really dark.
This is live
Yeah,
TV,
okay.
gentlemen.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Cal won the winner. That's all I got.
Congratulations,
Wow.
Cal. There's your trophy for tonight. How does it feel to finally win at Nashville? Finally win a race this year? We pretty much assumed you were virtually locked into the players, but now just to kind of etch it in stone, that's got to feel good, especially with the wild card next week at Michigan.
Well, it's very cool, but I'd like to have that song on Spotify, Tommy, if you can get it on there. I really like that. But anyways, to win at Nashville, it's very special to me. I mean, I'm like 2 hours out of here, so
I told
It's kinda
you,
sorta-
I told you.
No,
It's
I
kinda
know. I
sorta-
didn't doubt you.
I was saying this in the broadcast. I was like, hey, Joe, Cal is pretty close. He may live in Kentucky, but he's almost at his house.
uh-huh.
Keep going, Cal. We're just a couple fools up here in the booth tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Cam said something because there's some stuff going on in the chat, but yeah, this car was an animal tonight. It's ironic because last season this car was probably the worst car ever driven in any track, anywhere, any league. So, I mean, we pulled out all the brakes to get this car right, and it showed tonight. And keep on moving forward with the momentum we have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you said the chat was going on, and I went to look at the chat because we're getting reports of fisticuffs down on pit road after this race. You're though safely in victory lane. That's got to feel good with the the tall fences around. Those guys can't get into you. Not that you made any enemies tonight. You had the pit stop, green flag pit stop early. You pit before everybody else. When that caution came out, how screwed were you thinking you were?
I wasn't too worried. I knew.
No.
What?
You're not doing that. Well, I wasn't too worried. My boys, they gave me a great race car, and we had a great setup, and I wasn't worried about it. I got the fastest car in the field. That's why I won the race. No, you're not doing that. You were worried.
Well,
Don't lie.
It wasn't my decision to pit. It was my right front tire's decision to pit. I mean, that thing was about to blow.
Okay,
So
there we go.
it was weird because, like, the right front was about to blow, but the right rear wanted to come around all the time towards the end of the run.
The right rear sounded like.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it said.
Yeah.
I was about to call you tonight, Tommy.
I was going to call you under one of the yellers, but I figured it would be like how you always were, and you just would never pick up.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean,
did I miss something?
I might have picked up this time around. I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Let me see.
Well, I mean, we're talking right now.
I don't know. Are we? You always say that, but yet our communication is just not there. 1 second, folks. Let's see what we got.
Okay. You hear that? answered. I'm putting it on speaker.
All right, Cal Lovell, driver 12.
What's up?
Hey, man. Great race tonight. You won. You led 63 laps. It was a good race for you out there. It looks like no one could touch you.
Yeah, seems like it, I guess. I don't know.
All right, but that was Cal Lovell, everybody. Anyone you want to thank while you're still here, unfortunately?
Well, I'd like to thank High Point for being on the car. I don't know exactly what they do, but thanks for
IT Solutions.
Exactly that. But thanks for Dan Asher for painting the car. It looks very nice. One of my favorites. Also like to thank UPS for signing my paychecks every week, and AAA for covering me insurance wise. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, anyways, that's all I have, and thanks for you guys for broadcasting the race once again.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
You finally won one. Good job.
Hey, apparently the fans at home want an encore interview. Let's get Cal out of here real quick.
Bye, Cal. You just kind of what? You can't do that to the guy. We're silly with these USORL broadcasts.
Hey, so fans want an encore interview.
Okay.
Joe.
All right.
I would advise them to go into the chat on YouTube right now and put in the chat who they want to see get interviewed. That's the only way. That's the only way we're gonna know.
Tell us who. You got a minute.
Yeah.
Starting now.
Joe, something just crazy happened on my computer right now.
Yeah, what happened?
All my icons that were in the middle of the screen are now on the right monitor instead of the middle monitor.
They were doing the wave because they were listening to your music and they were like just vibing to it. You know,
they gotta cut that out. I don't want that.
Ryan Pace writes in Sean Whitehill. That's the only
John says John. I mean, he was in the race.
He was. Austin Spencer writes in Antonio.
Where did he write that in? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't show up for me at first. You must be ahead. It's almost like you're in the studio or something.
Almost like.
I'm in the studio, the music studio.
Johnny John writes in John.
Why do I feel like that's a John alternate account?
I got a feeling. Sean Whitehill writes in. 1. No, we're tied up at 2. You can't have 3 accounts.
That's what I'm saying. Only count 1 account.
Noah Joyce writes in, thanks for finishing my interview statement. I'll type all that out. I got you. I'm a businessman. I understand. You gotta plug all those sponsors. We're gonna plug all our sponsors real quick while Tommy's figuring out who our last interview of the night's gonna be. Make sure you head over to the JTN merch store. You can buy some awesome JTN merch, including the USORL Season 7 schedule t-shirt, throwback merch, as well as our classic logo merch. It's a great way to help support us here at JTN. It's one of the best ways if you have the financial means to do so to help support us, help us continue to keep growing this. Also, if you have an online racing league and you want to get broadcast, contact us on Facebook or Twitter to find out more about how you can get your league broadcast live on JTN. Also, those Facebook and Twitter pages, if you're a big fan of JTN, make sure you go on over to them, follow, and like the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, like all our Twitter posts, because that's always very helpful, as well as making sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. That is the number one way, all the way at the top of the list, number one way to help support us here at JTN is to make sure you are subscribed and you have those notifications on anytime we go live. That way you don't miss a single live broadcast or anytime a new video goes up. Also check out AutoSim, Omega now out, autosim.weebly.com. Great game for you to play for free. M2_designs41 on Twitter for our good buddy Mikey Murata's design page. Gets you some good phone backgrounds. And also WB for helping get things running.
I'd like to point out 21 watching now. 21 people are still watching this. If you're one of those 21 people, I'm sorry.
Yeah. How about let's look down the list. Who could we interview?
I've got like a tie between Darren and John right now.
Well, I think we should interview Darren because Darren actually ran more than 10 laps.
All right, we interview Darren.
Am I bringing him in? You bringing him in?
I just brought him in.
All right.
And there he is.
There he is.
For the encore interview, voted by the fans. And himself, it's Darren Ingram. Welcome to the booth.
Ooh, I love being up here.
Well,
A wild night.
wait. Hold your horses. You got the fan vote tonight to get up here. So let's.
Love the fans. They love me. I love them.
Yep.
Couldn't do anything without them.
Yep.
They sell us a lot of merchandise, and we love them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy. You had a question.
Well, no, yeah. I was just gonna say, man, up and down night. No lack of entertainment from the 23 car tonight. We did see some of those 2-tire strategies. How about that? We like those.
Man, so they were very hit or miss tonight, and I love doing them. And some of them they worked, and I was able to hold on to the lead for a couple laps, or I think even one run I held it for like 15 or so. But that last run there, when Cal got around me for the last time, I was like, I know I'm gonna be slower for the first lap or two, but if we could just equal them out for a little bit, I think I can hold them off. And sure enough, he just went right around on the outside on a restart, and that was game over.
Okay. Check this out. This is the E chord.
Oh.
Would you say that sums up your night, or would it be more like this? This is going to be the D chord. Hold on, I can't see.
Definitely the E chord.
I would say
the D sounded way too bright and cheery and happy. It was that for moments.
How about E minor? Oh, that's not E minor. This is E minor. That's not E minor either.
Huh? Yeah.
Let's just go with E. That was good.
You see, we were in Nashville, Darren, and we decided to let Tommy buy one thing, and he decided to buy a guitar.
I mean, hey, that's a good investment there. And, get some live streams on Twitch, play for the crowd, or YouTube. I'm sorry, this is a YouTube stream. We, let the crowd pick some songs and just put on a show for us. I would watch that.
I would, too. See Tommy's bright, bushy-eyed face, tail, I don't know.
So furry? What?
What?
We're having a talk in the holler after this one.
We're having it's JTN After Dark right now.
Good Lord.
Darren,
also, I gotta say one thing. William Page is about one incident away with me from being fired. I gotta tell you that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because we saw fisticuffs down there on pit road.
Man,
you were not happy with the driver. Crews were going at it.
I'm going to stop signing his checks. I mean, come on. Every time we've raced around each other this season, I have ended up in the wall or around or in the pit wall or something.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think we just like to both drive very aggressively and very fast. We're in the same cars and we go for the same spots. And it just usually ends up worse for me.
That's not fair. Especially because you're the one signing all the paychecks.
Exactly. I'm paying for these wrecked race cars. Well, maybe I'll get them all out of the way now in the regular season, and in the playoffs, I won't have that happen to me, and I'll just win every race, and it'll be great. That's my strategy.
That's a good strategy. You might win a championship that way.
I mean, hey, this format it just comes down to the last one, and
you won the last one last year.
I won the last one last year, so. If we can get there, I do like our chances. I mean, I like our chances every week. Most races, car was very good tonight, especially on the long run. I think we've got to work on getting our short run speed better, but long runs, I think we're usually the best or in the top 3, and that's what a lot of these races, especially in the playoffs, are going to come down to. I think.
For sure. And Darren, thanks so much for talking with us. Glad to hear that driver of that 49 car tonight's on thin ice. Because coming from a fellow team owner, I would not be happy if one of my guys just absolutely cleaned me out like that. That was.
I mean, hey, why do you think we got to merge with OJR and get bought out? We ain't got no money. We're burning through all the money building new cars for Will.
Freaking Will, man, freaking Will. But Darren, before we let you go. Maybe you can get some extra sponsor dollars. Go ahead and plug all those sponsors and all the people back home.
We love the guys at DoorDash, Red Bull, all those guys, Exalta, they're out there on every car. And Ally stepped up. They're going to be a primary for us next season. They're stepping up as a big associate this year. We're excited. we'll go on to Michigan, which will be, I think Michigan's next. That's
Yep.
going to be that's basically going to be a plate race. I mean, that's going to be big packy racing. So that'll be interesting. That'll be fun. And then we go down to business, nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty for the start of the playoffs. Darren, congratulations on a 7th place finish. I don't think I've ever said congratulations on a 7th place finish.
I think I restarted like 13th, so I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I mean up and down night, not of your own doing, of course, because you were Mr. Excitement out there with the strategy and whatnot, taking some chances, taking some risks. But
I'm all over the place.
Hey, gotta go for it, Darren. Good luck next week at Michigan.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, guys.
Nada. Darren Ingram, driver number 23 at DoorDash Chevy Camaro. Tommy, is that it?
That's it.
Oh,
It's finally going to be over.
why did you want to go so long? This was a Bristol's looking at me like I gotta go put out a flyer with him.
I'm just here for the fans. They wanted an encore, Joe. You heard him shouting outside the booth.
I did. And I think we picked a pretty good one because that old 23 car and Darren Ingram, they're not too shy to take a strategy call during the race. And I just wanted to, that was a good call. Bring him in by who made that call. The fans. Even though I don't think someone win the fan vote?
Ray Tustin did at the All-Star Race Open last season.
Wow.
Yeah. I was 2nd place, which...
Yeah, but
I made it in anyway.
Yeah.
I raced in, so...
Yeah. I'm surprised you got 2nd place.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get, 16th, but hey.
Oh, no. Well, you're going to be 1st place if there's another one, Tommy. What a fantastic race we had from the Fairgrounds. Tonight's event should just be proof that if we can do it here at the USORL, NASCAR can do it.
Got that right.
Of course, NR 2003, real life stock cars, same thing. How do we end this thing? I don't know how we end this. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. From all of us here at JTN, we appreciate your support so much. Make sure you hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. For Bristol, our producer, for Tommy Bordeaux, I've been Joe Towinski. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Next live broadcast, Monday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, the TMP Cup Series finale night from Texas. 4 drivers vying for that Cup Series title. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh,
and Maverick!
they're wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Musa's gonna...
Oh, he's going to use that apron!
He's gonna use the apron!
They're going to be side by side! Coming off the corner! Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it!